All right, well, we're here. I think I found the best gun in the game. Now, that comes with a big set of caveats here before you jump on me and absolutely tear me apart in the comments. But I think we may have just found one of, if not the best gun in the entirety of Phantom Forces. And keep in mind, this is a game with, I say it a lot, but there's there's almost 200 guns in this game. So what's happening here? So if you couldn't tell what's going on here, I have just made a bold statement in that the RPK-12 just might end up being the best gun in the game. And I'd love to tell you why. So to give you a little bit of background on what's happening here, the RPK-12 is a weapon that just recently got a remodel, much like a bunch of the other AKs in the game. I did a whole video on it, of course, if you'd like to check that out. But pretty much this weapon got a remodel. It's really, really cool looking. And frankly, it's an LMG that I genuinely just kind of didn't really much care for. I mean, I do have quite a few kills on it, but most of those come from before this update, surprisingly. I don't really know why. Again, I didn't much care for this weapon. But for some reason, they decided that it would be a fantastic idea to just absolutely buff this thing through the roof. You have to forgive me for some of my weird movement, by the way. They did just do a whole movement nerf. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, so if it looks like I'm moving a little bit slower, like I have no idea what's going on, that's why. So what exactly did they do to this weapon? So first of all, we are going to be talking about this explicitly with the 7.62 conversion, because that is what is like the make or break for this weapon here. And 7.62 does a little something for us called 3-shot out to 60 studs and 4-shot maximum range, which is already fantastic, but just wait, there's more. So while it does not include a torso multi, and it just has kind of the standard like 1.4 headshot multi that everything else has, you can see that with our damage, we get 3-tap limb out to almost 93 studs. 3-tap limb out to basically 100 studs. That is absolutely ridiculous. Also, I don't quite know what the ideal recoil necessarily would be for this, but based on just the setup that I have here, recoil is a little hectic. I don't quite know how I'm supposed to lower that all too much, to be honest, unfortunately. All right, Oh, there we go. Okay, well, that's better. Oh, but yeah, this is kind of genuinely pretty stupid. It's kind of genuinely pretty stupid. I'm hearing it's like suppressed. Oh, there he is. I think he was, I don't know where he was. There's a couple guys. Come on. Just stand up. Just stand up. I apparently have no pen on this for some reason. There's still 4 minutes left. So naturally too, because this is an LMG, it does have a higher magazine capacity at 40, which, I mean, yeah, it kind of sounds about right for a gun like this. Low recoil, 4-tap max range, 3-tap headshot max range. Did I mention 3-tap limb out to basically 100 studs, by the way? Bro, it just... like, I did make a video recently too talking about the AK-12BR being a stupendously overpowered LMG, and honestly, yeah, it does kind of have that, a little bit of that to it, yeah. But you do have to kind of play a certain way because it's got some pretty poor range damage and everything. But not this weapon here. This is like if you took the Scar L and gave it a 40-round magazine, and then also gave it like 3-tap out to 100 studs. Like, I mean, it's just good. Like, for sure, there definitely are different levels of overpowered. You could say maybe an SMG that has, like, insane CQC damage is pretty overpowered. You could say, like, a sniper, like a BFG with 1-shot is pretty overpowered. But this is just genuinely, like, the, like, best general use thing that you could use in this game. It's got a mid-fire rate. It's got a high-capacity magazine. It's got a low enough recoil. And of course, it has some ridiculous damage. How many times do I have to mention that before you get sick and tired of hearing it? Oh, you haven't heard it enough times? Okay, well, let me remind you. Good damage. Very, very good damage. I don't even know what just happened right there. One thing I did forget to check is the muzzle velocity, which is, I mean, it's fair. It's fine. 2400 is fine. That's like on the lower end of like average, I guess, for like a weapon like this. Dude, God, the movement feels so weird now. What did they do? Man, with all this movement stuff, am I gonna have to make another movement guide video? Oh, I really don't want to have to make another one. I just made one. Well, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It's hard for me to really like pinpoint weapons that are just genuinely so decent for what they are. There's a lot of weapons, again, that excel at very specific roles. Because, I mean, sure, things like the Chris Vector might excel with the right setup with, like, CQC damage. It does crazy, ridiculous up-close damage. Nice little headshot and range on it and stuff. Like, sure, that's great, but it has pretty poor range damage. Things like the BFG have ridiculous range damage, both to head and torso and limb, but it only has one shot, so it's a high-risk, high-reward weapon. And then things like the Scar are just genuinely decent, like, at every range. It's just, you know, nothing too amazing, nothing too bad. It's just good. This particular way to use this weapon, though, the RPK-12 with 7.62, it's just always good. Great CQC, great at range, great for fully auto, great for semi-auto. Like, there is not a scenario where this weapon is not actually extremely busted. And that is a very, very hard thing to come by in this game. Maybe don't hip fire. Maybe, Jesus Christ, that guy's level 400. So for just basically everything that I've told you here today, I find this weapon to be exceedingly good. And one of the best parts about it, too, is the fact that it's just a level 37 weapon. Now, again, to be fair, you do kind of want the 7.62 conversion with that. That's like part of the whole package here. But come on, it's only 2,015 kills. Lovely. I mean, default, it's fine, but it's just infinitely better with the 7.62 conversion. So, low barrier of entry, other than the conversion that you kind of have to pre-buy. Low attachment requirements, again, other than the 7.62 conversion that you'd probably have to pre-buy. And just literally like end game level of performance. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. I mean, I'm pushing level 260 here relatively soon, and I'm loving this. I'm loving this low level LMG. And again, much like I've talked about in a bunch of recent videos, this is another great example of how the game is not really particularly pay to win. Like, you always can buy better stuff down the line, but generally, for the most part, low-level stuff in Phantom Forces can absolutely carry you regardless of your rank, regardless of your skill level. And I think that that's a good thing. I think that's important to have in a game like this. Oh, he's hacking. Oh, that's nice. Yep. Been a while. Well, that is probably going to sum up a majority of today's video. Fantastic weapon. Fantastic everything about it. Oh my god, there's absolutely nothing there. Oh, there's a man there, though. Nice. I literally was shooting at this, like, thing right here. Not you. This. Smartest Phantom Forces player right here. But yes, again, that is pretty much going to sum up today's video. This is a fantastic weapon. I'm actually pretty surprised that I haven't seen that many of these in the game. And I know a lot of people get mad whenever I talk about like hidden gems because they're like, ugh, now everyone's going to use it. So I apologize beforehand if that ends up being the case. But if you have not done so already, please definitely give this weapon a try. I was a teammate. Smartest Phantom Forces player ever. It really and truly just wouldn't be a SomeSteven video without at least 10 million teammates mowed down in the process. Give it a try if you haven't. It's great. It'll carry you if you're a lower level player. As another teammate. Okay, I'm gonna go now. If you want to be a member like these amazing people up on screen, you can definitely do so with the link in the description below or the join button on my channel. And also, you can check out the Phantom Forces playlist on screen too, because there is over 500 Phantom Forces videos in there, and it makes for a fantastic little binge session. I love you guys. Let me know your thoughts on this weapon in the comment section below. If you have used it, have you not used it, and you're going to now, let me know all that below. And have a fantastic rest of your day. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Peace.